Hey, welcome back to Gear Talk, where we are connecting reliability professionals with reliable information. We're at our Reliable Plant 2025 here in Schaumburg, Illinois, and I'm pretty excited to be talking with Steve Breeze. So, Steve, you work with Tolko, and today we're going to be talking about your lubrication program and how to get your technicians really engaged with trying to drive improvements in your program. So, Steve, since part of this is getting information from the individual, why don't you give yourself a little introduction, tell people about yourself, kind of background and everything else.
Okay, hey, it's Wes. I'm Steve Breeze from BC, Canada. I work at Tolko Industries, the plywood department. Been a millwright for, going on 10 years, but my ticket's been about 6 years.
Okay.
Just last year, I became the lube champion of Tolko to drive the program forward. In that time, I passed my ICML level 1.
Okay.
And going for my level 2.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, now I'm down here with you fine folk.
and we love to have you. And I think that it's, for those that maybe not have heard about, your transformation or anything, you've kind of started off at a very, maybe we should just call it, your lubrication program was fairly infant or
very
non-existent in some degree.
Like I said earlier, 1982, John Smith made the lube program and just 20 shots in that, 2 in there. Condition was not condition-based. It was all time-based. So
right.
I literally was starting from nothing.
Do you think it's better to start from nothing in some regards?
In a way, yeah, because then I can truly see the issues that are at hand and how I can improve it, how to make it better, where if it's already new in that, I don't got to do so much work.
Yeah.
You almost just it's like, it's already done.
Yeah, it's already started out and everything.
Right.
So obviously with this, kind of talk to us about, has there been pushback? Has there been a lot of resistance? What are some of the stumbling blocks maybe that you've run into?
The biggest issue I have is the buy-in, the culture, the technology, trying to get the guys involved. Why do I have to do it like that? I've been doing it like this for forever. Why
change now?
Why change now? Like it's not broken. Well, it is kind of broken because it's not the optimum reference state.
Yeah.
It's not proper practice. It's just go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to get these guys to move forward, buy into it. Like my one guy, he doesn't like technology. Well, this program runs off of a tablet. I'm going to break it. I can't type on it. Well, I took the information off that tablet and put it onto our work order, papered work orders. So it actually involved me revamping our actual work orders. So I kind of did an audit on our work orders to show him what the changes are, what the amounts are, the intervals are. And that kind of went, oh, okay, he's now kind of buying into it because he's seeing the change in a more comfortable zone than the tablet.
So maybe that's one of the key things. I mean, you almost have to meet the people where they are, right, in some degree.
Each person learns something, or everybody learns differently.
Sure.
And I wasn't just going to throw the tablet at him and do it.
Yeah.
I want to be comfortable. I want him to understand it. I want it to work. So, yeah, and changed up, found a way to help him out. Now it's slowly getting better. I don't know if he'll ever go to the tablet, but he's always asking, he's like, when is this program going to be, done? I'm like, maybe a couple more years. He's like, okay, I think I'll probably retire by then.
Is it? Well, I mean, at the end of the day, whether he uses the tablet or not, you probably don't care as long as he's doing the right lubrication, when it's needed and everything else.
Yes.
And so be it, right? Maybe we'll get to the point where it's in a tablet or anything, but at least if the machine is getting the proper care, that's most of it.
That's all I want. I just want, sure, the tablet's there because of all the information and the saving of it, but I want the grease into that machine at the right time and the right amount.
Yeah.
The oil changing, yeah.
So when it comes to, getting the team to buy in, because obviously you're trying to push a lot of changes.
Yes.
And you already said, all right, you got to make them comfortable to some degree. So I understand there's some wiggle room, but what are some of the key things that you think that someone would need to do, especially for the technicians that maybe, frontline staff that maybe just think, oh, this is just the flavor of the week. It'll disappear, in a month or something like that.
Yeah. I made up a little half-hour training course.
Oh, okay.
A little PowerPoint presentation of kind of going back to the basics. I'm just like, you know what? let's try to get these guys' eyes opened. So what's viscosity? What is grease? What is oil? And then kind of flow into why I'm changing things, why I want the proper practice, and then why are they seeing these little labels around? Why does that bearing have a purple tag and why does that one have an orange one? Well, literally, don't just put a hand out on the table and say, oh yeah, we're changing this grease to this one. Sit down with them, have a training course, then they can actually start to talk to you about it. And it opened up their eyes, and now I'm getting more communication from them. I'm getting more buy-in. They have questions now instead of just angry.
We always say that, change usually requires a catalyst.
Yeah.
And education is usually one of the best catalysts that's out there. So
Yes.
I love, little training session. Yeah, I mean, get text on, because everyone needs to understand the why behind something.
Yes.
So, I mean, you just simply saying, hey, we're going to label everything. Someone may or may not care about that.
Yep.
But if you say, this is why we're labeling it, because greases, if they're mixed improperly or cross-contaminated, it could lead to issues. I mean, that's a big deal.
It is a very big deal. So I'm trying to make it as simple as I can for these guys. So you could come onto my site, I can hand you a work order, but you wouldn't know where to go, but you would know what grease to put into what asset, because my grease guns are labeled, bearings are labeled.
I always try to tell people, like, the machine shouldn't be able to discern who's doing the work.
Exactly.
Right? We need to have kind of a minimum level of care, right? This is the expectation. And everyone that's going out there to change oil, check the grease, do anything, right, should at least perform it to this level.
Exactly.
And, documentation goes a long way with that. So kind of set the landscape here, before you really started on this initiative, what did a day in the life look like? I mean...
Well, it started out like just millwrighting, chasing the whistles and that, and then I got ball and told one day we think you'd be our good lube champion.
Yeah.
So then ever since
So
then,
it wasn't anything that you you didn't seek it out. You were told.
They came to me. I was a charge hand at the last mill I was at, and they figured that because of my background in charge hand and I was on the computer, I just had that little niche.
Yeah.
They were like, I think this guy would be good. And my boss has even said, he's like, I had no worries of doing this. Like, he's so happy that he chose me to do this.
Yeah.
He's very happy. Lost my train of thought.
No, you're good. What do you think made you take to it like that, though?
But what? I'm not exact. As soon as I started I took that ML1 with you.
Uh-huh.
And I just, for some reason, the lubrication world just went, this is interesting.
Yeah?
Because, of course, I was a millwright. We learned a little thing about grease. Yeah, don't mix grease. This oil's this oil's that. But I did not know the actual fundamentals, really, of lubrication. And then the course went, wow. And I got stuck. I got hooked.
Yeah?
And I'm constantly looking for new things to learn, buying books. I got a passion for it, and I don't know where it came from.
Yeah.
I want to do better. I want my mill to do better, and I feel because I'm in this role, I want to do good because I don't want to get finger waved at me like, oh, what are you doing kind of thing. So there's that drive. And yeah, this little tiny mill up in Canada that can do this. If I can do that with one mill, could I do it with another one?
Yeah.
Could I do it with another one?
No, I have no doubt, right? I mean, that's where you get. But are you one that kind of naturally digs in and, like, kind of curious by nature to figure something out?
Depends on what it is, really.
It does need to pique your interest?
Yeah, like if I'll still do it, but if there's not that little switch that's really digging at you, then I'm not going to maybe not do 100% into it.
I gotcha.
But no, I'm really digging into it. I'm doing different equations almost daily of, is that calculation right up on the regrease value in that bearing? So I'll break it right down. I'll even go down and grab the bearing and remeasure it with a micrometer and like
really get down to the nth degree.
Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, okay, no, I was right. And it's fun. It's very interesting. I never ever thought lubrication would be like my life now.
Well, I think that's great. Do you think that's infectious to the people that you're working with as well? Like,
to some people, they can see it and they're getting it. Other guys are getting drawn into the energy that I guess I put out about it.
Yeah.
Because I am excited about it. I'm not just, all right, yeah, here's your new grease gun.
I think that's an important aspect of it, right? I mean, because you talk about the lube champion, we talk about a lube champion, someone that's passionate about it.
Yeah.
And that passion is infectious. But like if you came about it, monotone or flat, like other people may not feel like you believe in it or that it's a good thing to go. So I think, when you're trying to implement something like this, finding that passion and being excited about trying something definitely helps it be a little bit more successful.
Definitely, yeah. Being passionate, because like you said, they'll see you and go, well, he's interested. Maybe I should be too.
Yeah.
But then that also gets the communication between everybody going.
So how many of these like little, learning sessions or little trainings did you end up doing with your staff?
I've done 2 so far.
Yeah.
But I've still got the PowerPoint there, and we'll get another group of guys in and do another little course. It's very basic. I'm doing it from the millwrights to the electricians to the lube techs. All
because different people are involved in the lubrication.
Yep. Like my millwrights don't, they're not doing any greasing, or they might go and do some bushings, purge out some bushings and that, but my lube tech is definitely just the routes. But I still want them to know why I'm doing this, why the company's doing this, why those tags are there, why that oil is labeled over there, and so just that they're more in the know, and it's not just Steve sitting up in the office and then things just kind of happen.
Give me your little elevator pitch. So let's say that I'm one of your lube techs, and you've come back and you say, we need to do this something differently, and I come up to you and I say, why do we need to worry about our lubrication program? It's doing fine. We're getting things greased whenever it's needed. What do you tell people?
I'm like, yes, it is getting grease, it's getting oil, that's great, but that machine is not running the way that it should. It is not running in that wonderful phrase, optimum reference state.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said that to these guys too. Sorry, getting off topic.
No, you're fine.
You want the machine to run in the ORS. That's why I want to put these implementations in. I want to have these new breathers. I want the filter. Just because you're going to put grease in there every week it's fine, it hasn't failed in 2 years, like why change that? Look at the backside. Look at the power consumption. Are you over-greasing it or are you under-greasing? You're probably over-greasing it, and now you're...
More often than not, over-greasing.
And that's kind of what I would say is like, this is why I would like to do this. I know you're comfortable, but let's just take some steps.
Move the needle, make it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Where do you share like an end goal or like a vision with your staff? Like, do you have a kind of a clear-cut plan on like where you want to be with your lubrication program?
I've gotten a couple little points on the one board in the office of kind of 6 months goals.
Okay.
Not a full end goal.
Yeah.
So if I look at the end goal, I get overwhelmed because I have a lot to do.
Yeah.
And it's never going to end. But if I look at that big picture, I get scared because I know it has to get done. So I'll take something.
Okay.
And lowest hanging fruit.
And you plan
off
roughly 6 months in advance?
I'll try to do, depending on, say, what the project, if it's going to be the labeling of the bearings, I'll do that as like a month.
Okay.
But say if I want to do, like, I'm going through my filters in my hydraulic tanks right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a 6 to 9 month goal. But definitely by the end of 2025, I want to have the proper filters in my hydraulic systems.
A full accounting of exactly what's used, where it's used, all of that.
So I got to dig into the flows, the betas, micron ratings, because they're just filters put in.
Yeah.
They don't know.
Just grabbed whatever was convenient or
Price.
Maybe just whatever fit. Correct.
Yep. Fitting, price, and it's filtering it, whatever.
So, I think I love what you said that, it'll probably never end because it is a lubrication program, right? I mean, I'm a firm believer that when we say best practices, it's probably current best practices, because the best practices today, who knows, 10 years from now, or maybe even 5 years from now, they're going to say, I can't believe we ever did it that way.
Yep.
So I think that's a smart thing to have an iterative process. Who do you think should be involved? If someone's taking a lubrication program from 0 to 100, what would be that core team from your opinion?
Well, you definitely need that champion, someone that's gonna do it, own it. But then you definitely need your supervisor, your boss behind you. You, without having someone behind you like a superintendent, mill manager that's gonna believe in it, then you're really gonna just be spinning your wheels because they're not going to care. So definitely a good core of the owner, someone behind you. Hopefully your lube tech is on board with you as well.
Yeah.
3 to 4 guys would be
3 to 4?
3 to 4, I think, because if you almost get too many, you're going to get
I could imagine that. There's a lot of different opinions and
yeah. Not saying that like, no, my way is the highway, but you don't need 10 people into it.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
Did you get pretty good support from your supervisor?
Yeah, no, my superintendent, before I came down here, when I passed ML2, he told me, he's like, I will back you 100% in any training that you want or need.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he's like, I might lose you down the road, but I want you to like go.
Well, I think the quote was from Walt Disney. I can't remember, but it said, what if I train all my staff and they leave? And then the inverse of that, well, what if I don't train them but they stay? Right? I mean, I don't know that we should always be scared that, all right, does more training make someone more marketable? Sure, but you got to make them feel valued in the organization as well. And I mean, people are valued when they are challenged, when they are listened to, right? Yeah. Of course, compensation, everything goes with that. But right now, I mean, you can tell from the passion just sitting here, man, you're excited about the lubrication program. Yeah. You're excited to get home and probably, check a few more things off the list to get done. I mean, you're not looking to leave. I mean, that's what empowers people. That's what makes people, very much engaged at work.
Yeah. I don't see myself leaving the mill. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Guys I work with are great.
Yeah.
5 minutes from home. It's
great place, right? Yeah. Kind of the trifecta there.
Yeah. And I'm not going to be turning wrenches forever because I'm still on the tools.
Yeah.
I could see it maybe going up the ladder.
Yeah.
Sitting in an office kind of full time.
Would you recommend that to someone? So obviously looking at kind of your career path and everything else, getting into the reliability space, I mean, there's a lot of mobility within the reliability space. If you were talking to someone that maybe is just coming out of school, just getting into maintenance and reliability, any advice that you'd give them from your experience?
Ooh, listen. Listen, yeah.
Keep your eyes open.
Yes.
Right? I mean, pay attention. Those are big ones.
Definitely. You don't know everything. I still don't know everything. Yeah. There's always those things. I know that. That's fine. Just be a sponge.
Yeah.
You might have your opinion. You might know that answer. Let the senior guys talk to you, and then don't be rude.
Yeah.
Stay focused. Respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
I'm always told, be coachable. I think that's a big deal, right? I mean, which embodies everything that you just said, right? Paying attention, listening to people. And I always tell people that for me, if I'm looking for like the qualities of a good lube champion, I look for someone that has that curiosity, that we talked about, like also someone that really likes to like dig into the details, because when it comes to a lubrication program, only about like 2% of the lubrication program is going out and putting grease in something. 98% of it is everything else. It's making sure that we've got the right lubricant. It's making sure that we've got the right management. It's making sure we got the right KPI. That's the entire program.
And that was one of the hurdles at work is, where's Steve? What does Steve do? I'm sitting Tuesday to Friday, I sit in the office and I'm plugging away at filter information, bearing calculations, different types of lube for this one, talking to suppliers on oil, grease. And then Saturday I go in the field.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're down here. What do you do upstairs all day? Thus going back to that training course to kind of show them what we're doing and what I am doing.
Yeah.
Because, of course, there's people that are annoyed that I've got the position because it's whatever. But
sure,
you got to just be open with them, show them why, what.
Yeah. And setting all that stuff up makes it so much easier on the back end as well.
Once it gets done, then you can see it, and it starts to slow down. Because even my text is like, well, when is this ever going to be done? It won't ever be done, but it's going to get there. And, well, I thought this was supposed to make my life easier, but now you're adding 2 new oils and doing this. Like, this will get easier.
Yeah.
Once everything is running happy, then you're not out on the floor putting 20 shots, 4 shots, 5 shots.
Yeah.
You're not going to every machine center every weekend. You're going, that's okay, that's that month. Okay, next week, that one. Okay. Sometimes it'll be busier. Other times, not so much. So now he's got time to clean the lube room, do a proper oil change,
Yeah.
kind of do other tasks that get pushed off to the side because, well, I don't have time. I got to put grease in that.
And who knows? I mean, maybe in the future, I mean, on-site oil analysis, right? Bringing it in-house. I mean, there's a lot of options out there.
Yep. And I'm looking into that to try to get a little unit there. Because it's great. We've got our guys come in quarterly to do our sampling, but when did that actually spike? Was it the day after he was here last time? Was it the day before he just got here? I don't know. I just know that my oil's filthy and it's burnt.
Yep.
So that's where I have to do the justification of it, and I make the charts. And then I go to the bottom, okay, this is what we spend on this. If we spend this, yes, I know it's a lot of money, but now we don't have to spend money on all this. I can do it right here, and it's right now.
Yeah.
Because it's about, 35 to 55 a sample, Canadian,
Probably, yeah.
depending on what you want. Well, I've got a lot of samples. You do that 4 times a year, a few $1,000s. Well, why don't you just take that $5,000 and buy a test kit?
Yeah. There's a lot of options out there. And Steve, I mean, we've been talking for a while now, and I think we're running low on time, but I want to open it up. I want to be a good host here. If you wanted to have anyone, some big takeaways from your story and advice for them, especially if maybe they're starting a lubrication program, maybe they're getting into the trades, what would you tell them?
Don't be scared. Take your time. Ask questions. There's never a dumb question. You're starting out in something that people have already been doing for a long time. I talk to you guys religiously because you're professionals. I'm still learning, but now you get more knowledge. You'll get stronger. You'll get more confident.
Absolutely.
So you just, don't be scared. Learn, read, make mistakes because you only learn from mistakes. You do everything perfect every time, well, then we'd all be wonderful.
Yeah, and I don't know that that's realistic for industrial lubrication program.
Yeah, and be open with them. Don't my way or the highway.
Yeah.
Compromise, but people still know that this is my baby. I want you to make it right.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, Steve, I love it. I definitely appreciate you stopping by. And for everyone else joining us, please like and subscribe. We definitely appreciate that. It does help us out here. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, or any topics that you'd like us to discuss, you can email us at podcast@noria.com. But for Gear Talk, I'm Wes Cash, and we'll catch you on the next episode.